Shalom Aleichem and welcome to our video Vort for this week for Parshat Tazria and Metzora, Tafshin Pei Vav. The mitzvah of tzaras, a spiritual ailment that could affect a person's body, a person's clothing, or their home, teaches us to be sensitive even today when we don't have this observance to the duality, the dialectic that we live each and every day. That on the one hand, we live on a spiritual plane, and on the other hand, Hashem wants us to live in a physical world. Of course, our primary focus, as the Baal Shem Tov teaches in the Keser Shem Tov, is that we should see spirituality. We should look around the world and perceive Hashem and feel godliness wherever we are. So we have a spiritual attunement. And of course, tzaras is a spiritual affliction. Yes, it has a physical manifestation, but it's a spiritual malady, which we're not sensitive to today. But on the other hand, tzaras does have a physical manifestation. That could be in a person's skin, on their hair, God forbid, or on their home. And that's perhaps why the Mishnah tells us in Maseches Negoim that when it came to tzaras, this affliction on a person's home, the first thing the Kohen would do he would send an advance notice to the individual and say, clear out your house. Remove all of your belongings, because if the home becomes tamei, all of the belongings become tamei. If we're so focused on spirituality, why are we worried about the status of the person's belongings? The Mishnah tells us because a person's belongings are valuable. HaTorah chasa al mamonot Yisrael, our sages teach us in many places. The Torah is careful about a person's money. We are living in two worlds. On the one hand, tzaras tells us to be spiritually sensitive, but it also interestingly reminds us to be physically sensitive. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's our calling as Jews to be mindful both of our spiritual and our physical state. Shabbat Shalom.